Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update for Monday, May 8th, 2023. Thanks for watching. Well, we are one full week into May and well into our spring market, and we're very, very close to that May 10th date that we have been talking about since January, which was hopefully going to be an indicator of a lower inflation reading, meaning that our inflation is coming down and hopefully lower interest rates to follow. However, there have been some hiccups in that plan, and it's a little disappointing. We'll get into that in just a moment, but before we do, a quick look at our McHenry County numbers for the last 7 days. We had 156 new listings hit the market, 146 go under contract. Now, of course, we're always happy when we have less homes going under contract than we have new listings. We are making a little bit of headway in that new listing department and more inventory for our buyers to choose from. We had 104 closed sales, which is way lower than we've seen last year, any of these weeks last year. Our closings, we're just going to have a far less homes sold this year than we did last year or the year before. In 2021, we sold 6.2 million homes nationwide. In 2022, we sold 5.43 homes nationwide. And this year we are anticipating about 4.2, so 1 million homes less sold this year than last year, and 1 million homes less sold the year before that. So, the year following 2021. So we are selling about 1 million less homes each year, which is rough for our industry. It's rough for buyers. Buyers that have been in this market for a few years are really feeling very frustrated. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. We had 30 price changes. Most of those are new builds. So we'll talk a little bit about what's going on there as well. We have 64 currently on the private network and only 1 expired listing. So we definitely are in the hot and heavy spring market. We have lots of frantic buyers, everyone trying to get under contract before the start of the school year. So if you get under contract now, on average, we close 4 to 6 weeks after a contract is written. So if you want to be in your new home by August, the 1st of August, so that you can get your child registered for the school year, well, you got to get something under contract pretty quick here so that you can be closing and meeting those deadlines. So we've got a lot of people who are kind of panicked and really, really trying to get something under contract. As a result, we did see prices increase last week. Last week, prices jumped. The average sold price, according to MRED, which is the Midwest Real Estate MLS service, is now $390,000, which is up from $367,000 last week. So you've got a lot of buyers who have been out looking. They've been in these bidding wars and they are losing, and so they're ready. They're coming aggressively ready to buy a home. Most homes that are hitting the market are being sold within a couple of days. Us real estate agents that have been in this for the last few years and have experienced this know that we list a home on Thursday. We accept offers through Sunday, and then we call for highest and best by Sunday evening. That's a pretty normal practice right now. And then we review all offers on Monday and give an answer by Monday night. That's sort of common practice. So a lot of these homes that are on the private network are not even ever making it to the regular network. And if they are, there's often multiple offers. There's often highest and best being called for, and homes are selling for well over their list price. So that is really what we're seeing in our market right now. Other things, inventory, we saw a big jump last week. We have about 1,300 more listings this week than we did last week. Again, that's according to MRED, so that's the entire Northern Illinois Chicago suburban area. But we still only have about 1.2 months supply in Crystal Lake and in the McHenry County area. And all of these numbers are pretty standard for Western Lake County, Northern Kane County, Northern Cook County. All of these places we're seeing about 1.2 months supply in inventory. Now our average inventory, a fair and balanced market, is between 4 and 6 months of inventory. Anything under 4 months is going to be a seller's market, and anything over 7 months is a buyer's market. So we definitely are still seeing this increased demand and this maintained low inventory that is driving prices up. In Crystal Lake, we currently only have 88 properties that are for sale that are not under contract. So for our entire population of 600,000 people, we only have 88 homes available. Therein lies the problem. In Algonquin, we only have 62 properties. Cary, we only have 28. Our average days on market for any of these homes for all of the areas is about 32 days on market. So that includes the good homes, the bad homes, the homes that you can't even get into because some of them have that. They have tenants in them and you've got to give 48 hours notice, and even then you can't get in. So a lot of these homes are very difficult to show. They are in bad shape, some of them, and it's still an average of 32 days on market. So you've got to imagine the homes that are nice, updated, easy to show. Those are the ones that are selling in 30 seconds They've got multiple offers. Everything's over list price. That's what we're seeing, is any good house is selling really, really quickly. Average sales price in Crystal Lake right now for the month of April. So all of those numbers just came in. Average sales price in April was $352,000 in Crystal Lake. That is a big increase. That's about 6% up from last year. In Algonquin, the average sales price is $356,000. That's up 9% from last year. In Cary, it's up to 335%. That's also up from last year. So yeah, we are just seeing a very, very difficult buyer's market. Now getting back to that May 10th date that we were talking about, back in January, Barry Habib from Mortgage Backed Securities Highway had predicted that May 10th was going to be an important date for all of us to note, that we were going to get a CPI reading that was going to be favorable and showing that our inflation rates have come down significantly and that we were making serious headway in our inflation numbers. Now, what we did not predict, what he did not predict and could not predict, is that oil prices went up a couple weeks ago, and that affected our CPI dramatically. And with the cost of goods and services still going up, that affected our CPI reading, and he is not anticipating that we are going to have such a favorable reading. Now, most experts are predicting that we are going to see interest rates coming down through the end of this year and into 2024. So let's hope that that still does happen. Barry Habib is staying by his prediction that interest rates will come down this year. He just said it's going to take a little bit longer. We're going to need a little bit more time. And the May 10th date was not actually going to be the end date of when interest rates were going to be all of a sudden lower. It was going to be the beginning of progress in that department. Now, of course, last week we did see that the Feds raised the prime rate by 25 basis points. We hope they are not going to do that again in May. Hopefully, the CPI reading on Wednesday will still be positive. Just might not be as positive as we were hoping. So that's kind of a bummer, but we are expecting that interest rates will come down through the end of the year. They came up last week, which was not super awesome. We are seeing a lot of our buyers being very frustrated with affordability when they're getting approved for their loan, and then they find out that their interest rate is going to be higher. That is always a punch in the gut. I know that a lot of my buyers are very frustrated with what they're buying, but I will tell you that all of my buyers that are going under contract are very happy, and we're being very aggressive. And I will tell you that if you are looking for a home and you're working with an agent that is aggressive and going to get you into that house right away when it hits the market, and is going to be aggressive in helping you write an offer that is going to be accepted, you will get a home under contract, and you will be very happy that you got that home under contract. I was just talking to my assistant, Joanna, who bought her house last fall. And at the time she thought, oh my gosh, my mortgage rate is going to be so high. And it was a lot higher than she had before. And she was just not super thrilled about having to offer over list price, but she did, and they got the house, and now they're living there, and she's going, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got my house under contract. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we bought our house. So to those of you out there that are frustrated with the buyer's market, just know that you will be happy. It is a frustrating process, but you will get a house under contract if you're working with a good real estate agent, and you will get the right home, and you will be very, very happy that you bought that home, especially as these homes continue to appreciate in the coming years. We don't see an end to this low inventory situation. It's not going to be over anytime soon. So these prices are going to continue to go up in the coming years, and you will make significant equity in your home. I was just talking to my buyers this morning who are, we had the inspection. They got their home under contract last week, and we had the inspection this morning, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to do all these improvements to our house and all this stuff. And well, we're only going to live here 5 years. And I said, that's great. The thing you should do is in 5 years, you should keep this house and rent it out. Keep it as an investment property. The number one way that people in our country add to their wealth is through real estate. So I'm trying to help all of my clients grow their personal wealth through real estate by holding onto their properties and using them as rental properties. That is the best thing that you can do. If you want to pay for your kids' college, buy a rental property. Have somebody else pay the mortgage. You're going to earn equity, and your child, you can use that home, sell that home, and use the proceeds to put your child through college. That's a great way to look at things. So if you want any help with that, with any investing, buying, selling, anything, please never hesitate to reach out to me. I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.